for you at the end. So hope y'all are having a great Friday so far, so let's get into it. First of all, in moment. So period 10, or this would actually be period 9 because we're actually in period 10 right now. So you have to forgive my my little bit of a error, but hey, you know, I just want to make sure y'all knew I was human, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, in moment, period 9, want to give a big shout out to the top 5, first of all. Mount P, Summerville, Concord, downtown Greenville, and downtown Charleston. Summerville, Miss Consistent Karen Williams out there, finishes at number 2, and it's nice to see the Concord bunch back in there, the 2 downtown restaurants, but Mount P finally getting back to the Robert Patterson glory days of being at the top in guest satisfaction. As far as the period goes, Mount P gets the victory against Myrtle Beach, big win. Summerville gets Bay Meadows, who had been hot there for a while. Concord, again, they come back on the scene and they get Woodruff Road. Downtown Greenville gets North Myrtle. Downtown Charleston beats River City, and Hamilton Place wins the Battle of the Nugas. So Brenda's got some bragging rights, just barely squeezing out Jeremiah and the Broad Street bunch. A couple other shout-outs with in moment. Somerville, 82.7 in manager interaction, top of the period. Concord, 81.5. Downtown Greenville, 79.3. Mount Pleasant, 78.4. And Bay Meadows, 72.9. These folks were the only ones plus 70%. All of you guys below, you're going to be getting some information from me and some emails from me because we can't have this, y'all. Less than half of our restaurants over 70% in manager interaction. That's got to be a huge focus, y'all. Basics, you know I've talked about it. I'm not going to harp on it here. We'll be talking to you guys individually about it. Sales, couple big wins. Jeremiah and the Broad Street crew up double digits. Along with Cody, who was right around 10% being up. Myrtle Beach was up, and Summerville was up. Downtown Chattanooga was up 14% in the dining room. Downtown Charleston, 9% in the dining room. And Myrtle was up 3% in the dining room. Also wanted to give a huge shout out for Myrtle Beach Catering being the only catering market up in sales for the period. We're going to come back around to that. I bet we might see some stock down on the catering sales managers there. Do want to give an honorable mention to Mount P for being up 7% in the dining room and for Woodruff Road for being up in the dining room. So definitely want to think about some of the areas and some of the challenges we had in period 9. We don't want to harp on them. You know we don't drive looking in the rear view. We're looking forward. But it does seem like on the sales front we're just teetering on that 2 or 3%. We need the dining room and the catering sales to come together in period 10 so we can really knock it out of the park. So let's talk about some stock up, stock down real quick. We're going to come over here and we're going to talk about stock up, stock down. So first, big stock up to downtown Chattanooga, downtown Charleston, Myrtle Beach, and Summerville for being up in sales. We also want to do a big stock up for Mount Pleasant, Summerville, Concord, and downtown Greenville for those manager interactions for those there. Also downtown Charleston as well. Stock up for Myrtle Beach Catering. They had a big miss on a couple of family reunions, but were able to finagle some extra stuff for the World Am, which made up for it, and they finished up, which is great. Also stock up for Mount Pleasant and Woodruff Road dining room sales. Then another stock up for our ladies from LDA. They visited a couple more markets this week with me, and we were in Greenville, we were in Concord, and just taking it all in and hitting the roads and meeting everybody and trying to gather some information. So big stock up for them for burning the midnight oil with us and getting out there on the pavement. We'll be traveling again next week and checking out some other restaurants. So Soraya and Jesse and that team at LDA also helped us out with some quick graphic artwork, quick turnaround. So I think we're going to really have a great partner in them. Also, stock down. Y'all know we got to do stock down. In moment as a company, y'all. Period 9, super depressing and disappointing for me. We didn't hit our goal, our company goal in anything except for one category. So we really, really need to focus on that guest satisfaction piece, y'all. If LDA is going to be telling people to come in because we're awesome, but we don't deliver on that promise, we get one shot only when we bring these people back in to blow their minds, okay? And if we don't do it, then all the investment and the energy and efforts we're spending on the marketing and sales front is going to be all for nothing. So please, 100% focus on that guest quality or guest satisfaction, food quality. Really need to see these numbers come up. Really need y'all to be friggin' fanatical about being legendary. Second, catering sales. Was with Lisa this week, and Lisa was just super frustrated that she missed that number. She missed those numbers, and I know everybody else was. I know we had a big miss in Chattanooga, but I think Laura has come back firing in period 10. We really need those catering sales managers to get up, get going. We really need to make up that deficit. We'll have our catering sales call on Monday. We'll be talking year-to-date numbers, but we really need to get catering sales back online because we need it both. I know sometimes catering sales carries dining room, but we need to make sure that we're working together. I'd love for the perfect storm of sales to come together and we knock it out of the park in period 10. Also want to touch on labor and food costs. Y'all, after the summits, you did a phenomenal job of making sure that we weren't having any fluff, that we were really being efficient at everything in labor and food cost. And I know we started getting busy and we started pounding that schedule forward. Really need y'all to take a hard look. In the restaurants I've been in, seen a lot of standing around, okay? And again, we want to be able to focus on this and focus on guest satisfaction. But I think if you guys take a hard look at your schedules, I think you're going to find that there's a lot of fluff in there, especially in the back of the house and at that front door. Hourly managers and servers can be watching that host door, but really want to make sure that we're back on here because we need all this to come together. We need to be controlling operationally things, but we also need to be making sure we're on the guest satisfaction and we're on the sales front. So please don't want to have to dig into labor and food costs with you guys again too much. Feel like that's recreating the wheel. All of y'all have been in position, so really like to see you take this and run with it and really appreciate your focus on that in period 10. All right, being down in sales, guys, I know we just talked about it. I know y'all are tired of it. I'm tired of it. This 2%, 3% down stuff, let's go ahead and knock it out of the park. Let's go ahead and leave being down in sales in period 9 and period 10, 11, 12, and 13. Let's finish strong, okay? So this is the time that's critical. We need to continue to try to put money in the bank. We need to continue to try to do positive things because we know the long, cold, dark winter is right around the corner. And we need to make sure we're storing up for that long, cold winter, okay? And then finally, reheats, okay? It's on the stock down board every week. Stock down on reheats, stock down on anything that comes off that pit that's dry or overcooked or not great. We need to make sure that we are blowing people's mind with those ribs, okay? We're a rib house. We need to kill it. We shouldn't see a ton of reheats coming off. And if you need some help with that, holler at me. I can help you figure out the sales stuff. Now, a couple other things, some other stuff that I want to touch on. This weekend, the 9/11 first responders, all-you-can-eat buffet, complimentary. We're doing this. Y'all saw what kind of great press we got from the police after all those tragic events that happened. This is a celebratory thing. We want to make sure that our first responders know that we appreciate them. This is a great opportunity to get top-of-mind awareness for all these folks that eat lunch and dinner that are always working around our area. There's not one market that doesn't have police officers, ambulance folks, fire department people, National Guard, whoever it is. There's not one market that shouldn't have these folks coming in for lunch and dinner, and this is a great opportunity for us to do it. So you want to make sure that this buffet, the food is fresh, the line is neat and clean, that we're being legendary, that we're all over it, okay? Your servers are probably going to make great tips this Sunday, okay? So let's be legendary. Let's knock it out of the park. And let's make sure that we're getting great pictures, great video. We're getting all this stuff to the folks at LDA so they can use it real time. I know that they're going to be expecting to get bombarded. I want to see this blow up like the last one. We're already getting some great press, but it is critical that we operate at a high level for this, okay? So let's knock it out of the park. Happy hour. I know there's been a couple of folks talking about happy hour and things like that. Look, here's the deal with happy hour, y'all. And this is what we wanted to do. The reason that we did this whole happy hour analysis, because what we've found in a lot of markets, that we might be offering happy hour, people might be getting happy hour prices and may not be even asking for it or coming in for it. So in the dining room, if somebody comes in and they're sitting there and we're giving them $2 off of wine or beer or something like that and they're not even asking for it, again, we're shooting ourselves in the foot on that. Now, I know you've seen that we want folks to be sitting in the bar or sitting at the bar for this, but we're going to be legendary. If somebody is coming in and they've got a group and they want to sit at a booth in the restaurant and they ask about happy hour, we're going to take care of them on that. But we want happy hour to be in the bar area. So, and I apologize for the way this came down because it's not what the culture that I'm trying to create. The information, I should have reached back out to y'all and explained to you what our thought process first, so I apologize for that. So I've heard and talked to many of y'all that have concerns. If anybody else does, call me. And I want to applaud Jeremiah and Lyle and some of the other folks that the folks in Jacksonville, Will and Chef in Bay Meadows. I want to applaud you guys for letting us know, hey, this. We're worried about this because we can talk through it, y'all. We're a team. We're trying to do what's best for the company. So that's the deal on happy hour. If you still have any questions, let us know. Or you have any concerns, let us know. And on that too, we really got to alleviate this open bar, open food, open everything stuff. So let's make sure that we're communicating with Mark, Alex, myself. If you need a button for something or if something is not priced right, let us know because we need to know what the dealio is with that stuff, okay? Let's see, labor and food, we talked about it in the stock down. I don't need to talk about it anymore. Please, 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 let's get focused on this. No fluff. Let's be efficient. Let's work, let's run our restaurants fiscally responsible. Train the trainer. You guys spoke. We listened. Be on the lookout. Karen's going to be pumping out some information, trying to get stuff for y'all. Over the next few weeks, we're going to get this organized, and y'all are going to come to Charleston, and we are going to rewrite the training manuals. We're going to do videos. We're going to do all kinds of stuff. And we are going to work with WorkJam and get this streamlined, state-of-the-art, so we all have a consistent base of training materials. And y'all are going to be the ones that come up with it. We're going to be here to put it all together, but y'all are going to come up with it. Again, LDA, I know they're shooting you guys a lot of information, and as they come around to visit y'all, make sure anything. I would still encourage y'all to get on your TripAdvisor, get on your Yelp. Hold their feet to the fire. Make sure they're keeping up with everything that you need to do. If you have any questions, email them directly. They work for y'all. They work for us, okay? So if you need something, you ask them, whether it's graphic artwork, whether it's a question on whether or not you should be in a publication or there's an opportunity that you think that we could capitalize. Get with them. We'll all work together on it. And we'll get it back. But it'll be great. They just did a bang-up job on billboards in Chattanooga. They look amazing. What a great job they did. And I know they've supported Charleston Restaurant Week and got us some free spots on the radio for 9/11. So let's keep working on that, okay? And then finally, WorkJam. As any new system comes up, you guys, I know there's going to be frustrations. I would encourage y'all, one, to read your emails thoroughly with the directions about WorkJam. Second, you want to make sure that you're just giving it a chance. This is going to be a great system. This is a system that one of our investors is allowing us to use for absolutely nothing. So it's saving us a lot of money, and it's also state-of-the-art, y'all. It's great, so we want to make sure we're good to go there. Finally, there's a little quiz for you. The first person that gets all 5 of these tells me the relevance of all of these numbers, emails it to me or texts it to me, $50 gift card, and just each number represents something. So make sure you let that go. And then finally, I just want to definitely give a shout out to one person and one restaurant, and that is Vernon and Chef and the team at Bay Meadows. Vernon was the only person to bonus based off of in moment this quarter. His kitchen scores and the food scores were the only one that stayed above the criteria to bonus. So Vernon, shout out to you, bro. You get an extra $250 this on your paycheck. And shout out to Chef for providing a culture where Vernon can really cultivate that. And all your folks down there at Bay Meadows for doing a great job. I'd love to be giving out more money on that because that means we're doing better. But I definitely want to recognize Vernon. Let's get those banquet rooms filled. Let's get that culture excited. And my final thing is going to be a shout out to Woodruff Road for taking a look in the mirror, understanding that they needed to do a facelift, that they needed to do a culture check, and man, was there this week and just saw some great things happening. So excited about everything that's going on with the company. Let's kill it on 9/11. Want to see great stories, great pictures, great videos, and let's make period 10 friggin' awesome. RP out.